Hello Unlimited friends, it's Zara back again with Q&A about the law of attraction. The question today is about being a people pleaser and it comes from Patricia. I'll read the question out to you. Patricia says, I realized I'm a people pleaser, but my willingness to please doesn't come from a place of love, it comes from a place of fear. My husband is a perfectionist and overly critical, always pointing out faults and imperfections not only towards me but towards everybody and everything. My parents are the same. When they criticize me, it makes me feel fearful and inadequate and insecure. I know Abraham says we can't make others happy. I understand that, but his criticism really brings me down on the emotional scale, and the more I try to please him, the worse it gets. Would you make a video about this? All right. Yes, absolutely, Patricia. That is why I'm here. Before I get into the answer, let me introduce myself to those of you who are new on my channel. Hi, I'm ZMAHOON. I write the blog ZMAHOON.com. And on this channel, my objective is to answer questions to help you apply the law of attraction in practical ways to your life. All right, let's get into it. So, Patricia, the first thing that my first response to you is, it's apparent that this situation has been going on for a very long time because you're saying that your parents are like this. And then when you left your parents' house, because you were so conscious of it already, you attracted a spouse who also has the same habit. And so you created it, and it's been going on for a very long time. Because it's been going on for a very long time, that means a couple of things. Number one, it means that there's a lot of momentum. That's number one. Number two, what it means is that you have a really big desire to change it. And number three, it means that you have a habit of thought that is causing it. And so there are a couple of things that we can do. The first thing to do, sweetheart, is to develop a framework for the way you are going to think and behave with everyone in the future. So you need to identify who you want to be and how the new you is going to interact with the world. That's number one. And how you do that is by actually writing it out. I am going to be a person who believes 1, 2, 3. What do you want to believe about yourself? Here's what you want to believe. You want to believe that you are of value. You want to believe that you are good. You want to believe that you are a beautiful person inside and out. And you want to believe that you don't have to be perfect as seen through the eyes of other people. These are the things you want to believe. And so that's how you want to word it. You don't want to say, I am, because you're not there yet. You can say, I want to be this way, and I'm on my way to becoming it. So once you make that statement, then the next step is, how does someone behave who believes in this thing? So for example, I believe that I'm a good person. How does a good person behave? What would a good person do? And I want you to identify a couple of situations where you felt hurt. And maybe 2 or 3 situations to begin with. And in this example, let's just take one situation and put this new person in that situation. You reacted a certain way. You thought certain thoughts, but what would new Patricia do under the same circumstances? What are the things that the new Patricia would say? What are the things that new Patricia would say to other people? What are things that new Patricia would say to herself? And how would she behave? See, the thing I want you to understand, Patricia, is that it doesn't matter if you change your outside actions. You don't have to change your outside actions. What you have to change first is your inside thoughts. Once you have become comfortable with the change inside your head, only then should you change your outside actions. If you change your outside action first and you haven't got used to your new way of thinking, it's going to backfire. Let me give you an example. Let's say that your husband or your parents, one of these three people, asked you to do something and you forgot to do it. Now that's an example of your imperfection. You're not allowed to forget. You should be perfect. You should remember exactly, and in fact, you should have got it done. It should have been your highest priority. And now this person is saying hurtful things to you. You are stupid. You never get it done. You pathetic, whatever. What would you have done in the past? How did you react in the past to this situation? Did you start crying? Did you sink into yourself? Did you cower? Were you afraid? What did you do? Did you say anything? Did you keep quiet? And what were the thoughts that you were thinking in your mind? You need to know that situation completely, and now you need to develop a scenario of what would new Patricia do under the same circumstances. Well, you see, here's the thing. The old Patricia might have said, I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. I'll look after it now. I'll do it right away. While inside, new Patricia is crying. She's hurting, she's bleeding, her heart is cut open. So one is the outer world and the other one is the inner world. Okay? Your outer world looks like this, your inner world looks like this. Now, the new Patricia is going to still behave the same way as far as the outer world is concerned, but her inner world is going to change. So the old Patricia, her inner world was, why did I do that? How could I not remember? I caused this big huge problem. I wish I hadn't done it. Why don't I remember? This has happened so many times. I wish I could just stop. I wish I could just get away. I wish there was a way I could fix this. Why does he behave like this all the time? What's wrong with me? There's something wrong with him. Why does he do these things? These are the thoughts of old Patricia. Under the same situation, new Patricia has to start thinking differently. New Patricia has to start saying things like, well, this is a co-creation. It's not just about me. It's obvious that my husband must have thought that I will forget. He did not trust me to get this done. And of course, I already am suffering. So no wonder this is a co-creation. No wonder we co-created this event. It's not just me who is responsible. He is equally responsible. And it does not matter because I don't need him to change in order for me to be able to create a different reality for myself. And he doesn't need to know, but I'm on my way to doing that. I'm on my way to figuring it out. I'm on my way to learning new things. And these new things that I'm learning, they are going to give me the confidence to be able to deal with him differently. That day is going to come. His behavior is going to change and my behavior is going to change. See now, Patricia, the outside behavior has not changed. Old Patricia and new Patricia both are acting the same way on the outside, but the inner world is beginning to change. And if you do the work on the inside for long enough, then in the inner side of you stops hurting. Your inner world becomes better. In your inner world, you become confident. In your inner world, you can even reach a place where you become happy. And then one day in your inner world, it will be true. You will be able to stand up and you will be able to say, I know how to change this. I create my own reality and I know what to do. And on that day, your outer behavior will automatically change. And you will surprise yourself with your own confidence and your power. And when you shine that way, my dear, nobody can block that shine. You will know it when you're there. And so this is what I teach in the Unlimited 365 program. The Unlimited 365 program is where I provide group live coaching calls on a weekly basis. And I show people how their outer world changes and when that should change and what to do on the inside. And it's a paid program, obviously, but what I show people in that program is that there are many stages of mastery. Law of attraction, on the first day when you realize that there's this thing called law of attraction that works and you can use it and change your life, that's not when your life changes. There are in fact 6 stages of learning and going through law of attraction that in the end it's stage 5 and stage 6 where you actually end up changing your life. And it's a slow process because when things that have not been working for many years need to change, it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be overnight. There is work involved because there's momentum. All right, so I want to leave you with that. I'm so happy, Patricia, that you asked this question because I think it's the first time on this channel that I'm explaining in detail how your outer world and your inner world change. So thank you for that opportunity. I really appreciate it. And I hope that this will make a difference, not only for you, Patricia, but for everyone who has taken the time to watch this video till the end. Thank you all for being here. Love you all lots. Your questions and comments are always welcome. I always read all the comments and I try to respond to as many of them as I can. Especially when you ask a question, you will always get an answer from me. Take care, folks. Love you all lots. And I hope that you will subscribe and come and visit me again. Take care in the meantime. Bye for now.